Hello and welcome to Women Engage program season 5. I'm your host Rose Misati. In this program, we bring women of all ages from different walks of life to talk about real issues affecting real women living in the contemporary world. In case you're watching us for the first time, please go back and follow our previous episodes in our various social media channels. With me today, I have two amazing and resourceful ladies to help me tackle a topic that I'm going to bring to you that is on stagnation, lack of advancement, or even ambition. Do you feel stuck sometimes? Have you felt stuck in your personal or even in your career life? These ladies are going to help me talk about this topic today. And before we get into our discussion, I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. They will share their names, the qualifications they have, and if there is any time in their lives that they felt stuck, either in their personal life or in their career lives. I will begin with the lady seated next to me.
Hello, my name is Miriam Razafia Rivoni, and I am a lecturer at the university, and I have a business background. My expertise is in business management, and my master's degree also is in business management. My life has been very interesting in the sense that as far as career is concerned, I have been blessed and I have felt the Lord being with me. It has not always been like that though. There has been times where it was a little bit stagnating, a little bit slowing down. I remember very well, in my case specifically, it was not so much about my career. My career was running all right, but I felt like I was not doing very well in terms of self-development, in terms of self-advancement. I was not moving as I wanted to. I saw others, my colleagues, my friends, even my church people there around. They were around and help and doing a lot of things, and I was not going anywhere. And so I feel like it is such a very important topic to discuss and to think about, intentionally moving ahead.
Thank you. And Miriam, maybe you can share with the audience, what's your highest level of qualification?
I have a PhD in business administration and an MBA also in business administration.
Fantastic. That's important. Let's go to the next lady.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Janet Odhiambo. I am a lecturer at Adventist University, and my expertise is in public health. I teach in the public health department. So I have a doctorate in public health, but my master's is in public health. I have a double emphasis on nutrition and health promotion. I also have a master's in psychology, majoring in school counseling. And I also have a master's in lifestyle medicine. Wow. So I am all about health and especially mental health as pertains to young or adult children and young grown-ups. Yeah.
That's much needed in this time. Eh?
Thank you.
With all those advancements, qualifications, have you ever felt stuck, Janet?
Oh, yes, yes. I thank God. I really thank God that I had an opportunity. For like 10 years, I felt stagnant. I was not able to advance in my career or even myself because of lack of finance. I could not be able to, I wanted to go to school, but I was not able to go to school because of my lack of finance. So when I got an opportunity now to have some opening, I was able, that is why I studied as much as I could, because I was taking advantage of the opportunity. I had to study and I had to do all those.
Truly, truly, truly.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for me, as you heard, I'm Rose Misati. I have a bachelor's in pharmacy, bachelor's degree in pharmacy. I have a master's in public health. and I have several other qualifications, including in counseling and many other things that I've done over time. And I can relate, Janet, with what you're saying, that because of a lack of opportunity earlier on in life, I took advantage and I've done everything and anything that I can lay my hands on and still going strong, yeah? But there are moments of stagnation.
Yes.
So for me, it has been when I had small babies. My first 2 children are a year apart. And it was so hectic because they had health conditions. So at that point I was working, but I felt so stuck. Every single day I just wished. And when they grew, I took advantage and I went to school and I studied before I got another child. So I'm going to go to Marianne. Marianne, can you differentiate for us personal and career growth? I know you talked about stagnating personally, but not so much on the career. Can you differentiate for us?
You see, when we talk about career growth, we usually think of promotion, going ahead. And, you know, when we talk about promotion, of course, we mean moving up the ladder. That's how we talk, you know. But we also now, with what is happening around us globally, we also talk about horizontal promotion, where you are transferred. Janet was saying that she has specializations in different, so therefore she can be promoted laterally, like we call horizontally. That's for career. But when it comes to individual development, when it comes to self-development, what really do we mean is that we need to, as women, we need to have a clearer understanding as we go of the reality around us. You may be in some places, and we meet that everywhere, maybe into the society, community where you go, maybe if you have a little church group, even if you are in the workplace. Some people, they are there, but you can feel like they don't understand the truth, they don't understand the reality around them. And that is because of lack of growth. So when we talk about really the difference between the two, when we talk about career, it is what you are going to, the development that you achieve in your work, the more responsibilities that are given to you in the work, the more recognition you get in the work. That's career development. But personal development is a clearer understanding, I shall say a more direction. You have a direction of where you are going. You do understand others. And it is not only just mental understanding, it's also social understanding. It's also understanding God. You must have a spiritual growth to be able to move ahead, to be able to understand how you are going. There is also the element that you have to grow in character. We cannot, act. Let's take, for example, if you have a small child. You have a small child and you see the child, she or he is complaining, for example, when you say, no, I cannot give you that. As an adult, we cannot be that way as a child. And actually, we do say that. We say, oh, that's a childish, because there is lack of growth. Growth allows you to take in that reality and to say, what can I do about it? Growth is the ability to be able to cope with what it is. And all of that now requires that you are able to put this together and to move on as a person, as a woman. Now, I must say also that is very, I feel that it is sometimes you can be in situation where you are moving in your career. You are recognized in your career. You are getting advancement in your career, but you're not growing.
And anybody, even when your career is not progressing, as a person, you need to be growing.
There is. And actually, I want to read for you a text that comes from one of my favorite authors. The book is called Counsels of Health. Allow me to read. It says, our first duty towards God and our fellow beings is that of self-development. Every faculty with which the Creator has endowed us should be cultivated to the highest degree of perfection, that we may be able to do the greatest amount of good of which we are capable. We cannot afford to dwarf or cripple any function of body or mind. As surely as we do this, we must suffer the consequences.
So it's not godly not to grow.
It is
it's
not.
godly to grow, in other words.
It is godly.
Yeah.
It is almost it is almost a moral imperative, a duty coming from God.
Exactly. Oh, that's fantastic. That's well put. I'm going to come to you, Janet. I know you alluded to this earlier on, but now maybe you'll have time to explain a little more some of the reasons for career stagnation. Yeah, what are the reasons?
Yes, there are several reasons. Of course, I already mentioned finances, whereby you are not able to have the finance to enable you maybe to go to school, to grow. So that is one of the reasons where many people really have, especially in developing countries.
That's true.
Yes. Another reason I could say, I could like us to be careful about is our poor self-image.
We feel we are not worthy.
Yes, we have a very poor self-image, a low self-esteem about yourself, and you really think that this is not for me. I cannot make this. Yet it is just, the Bible says that's the devil's. It's a devil's lie. It is a liar who is...
It's a lie from the devil.
Yes, from the devil, who is telling you that you cannot make it. So when you have a poor self-image, a low self-esteem, you are more likely to be stagnant.
Yeah. I think it is also the belief that you have within yourself, the relationship you have also personally within yourself, within you. Sometimes you see it is like she was saying something, she mentioned something like that, the fact that the self-esteem is low, but it's also the self-talk I do. The self-esteem grow, you know, by what I say to myself and what I believe in myself. So therefore we tried something and it has failed. That failure now is ground to be able to move, to prevent us. We said, oh, I remember, you know, I tried that, but it did not work. So because it did not work that time, we don't want to try again.
You give up. And maybe you can also take it up and talk about family and social support. What's the role of family? Because we have seen, we have all those challenges to both career or professional and personal development.
Yes.
Marianne, maybe you can talk more a little bit about it. What can the family or the society do to support individuals to advance?
I think the family is crucial. I think the family is part of is the cradle really that initially builds that potential.
Even for
every woman and every girl. So that self-esteem really, when the family is not there, it's very, very difficult. It's very, very hard. And so family is so important. What the parents say to the child stays. And it's very important in very early childhood. If the mother keeps telling to the child, oh, are you going to amount to anything? You're not going to amount to anything. They give up so early.
And maybe, Janet, I know you have an inspiring story about the role, I hope your husband will watch, about the role that your husband has played, him being as part of your family and support system in your growth. Would you like to mention something about that?
Yeah, thank you very much. Even before I reach my husband, I could like to acknowledge also the family support of the parents. I know that when you have a parent who does not support you, a parent who believes only boys are supposed to go to school, only the boy child can achieve this and this, it is really... it makes women, even later in life, you are definitely going to stagnate because from the beginning, as Marianne has said, your parent has shown you that this boy child is better than you. He can achieve more. And so that one will stagnate you, will make you lag behind. I really could like to talk about the support from a husband. Those of us who are married, the husband really can help you even go higher in your career. For example, in my case, I remember I come from a family where we are 10 children. And my parents were just farmers. My father was a teacher, and then he retired, and we are farmers. And then it was not much. It was not much for us, all of us, to go to school. And so for us, the first few were able to go to school, and especially the boys. And so the girls, after, when my parents knew, my mother knew that after grade 10, you are done with school. And here I got finished. I was able to go to college. But now when I got married, I thank God for my husband. He was able to push me and motivate me to go to school and ask, why not? You can do this. And you know, he believes in me, and he thought I can do everything. So today he tells me, oh, you can do psychology. Tomorrow he tells you, oh, even education you can do. You know, you can be a good engineer. And that is how he pushed me, and I did my first degree in psychology. And when I was done with the first degree, I thought I'm done. He said, no, you are going to go for master's. And so he supported me. It was so difficult for him with a very mere salary, actually a stipend. But he was able to push me to go to school and do my first master's in public health. It was not enough. When he was delaying, because he was also in school, he told me, why can't you do another master's? Then I did another master's in psychology, then another master's in public health. I finished. He was not still finished. You can register for a doctoral degree. And I registered for the doctoral degree, and we graduated together.
We celebrate you, Pastor Odhiambo. Yes. I hope you'll watch this program.
We celebrated together. So it's very important when you have a spouse who can support you.
That plays a great
role. Yes, most of the time, men will not trade off. You know, this is like a trade-off. I can take care of the child, for the children for this time, so that you can also go to school. How I encourage men to support their women. It's okay also to take turns in caring for your children and making sure that your wife also has an opportunity. I believe that when the man is more advanced and then the woman is less advanced, even in the home, it might not be very well, because you are not reasoning.
So actually, that's an important point you're bringing. If one is growing and the other one is not, that actually affects their intimate connection. But if all of you are growing, then you can connect at all levels. Emotionally, spiritually, socially, intellectually. You can all connect. And so tell me, Marie, about thriving, women thriving. We can see both of you are women, you have your PhDs, your doctorate, you're thriving in the workplace. Do you think a woman can thrive in the workplace, especially in the developing countries?
I think it is very, very possible. I think it is very possible. And I think that the Lord places, I believe in providence. And so when the Lord places you in a job, in the workplace, you have to look around and see what are the gaps that I can fulfill. And I want the gaps. You look for things that are missing there and says, can I learn, can I get something, and can I contribute? And I want to say that you start with doing it without any thinking of promotion. I think part of the problem also that happens with self-development is that we are so fixed on that promotion we are
and
going
the
to
money
get.
that will come out.
The money and the recognition that now we forget holes around us. So it's important to look around and say, how do I complete? Remember, in the workplace, performance is key. The workplace contribution is key. You need to bring a contribution. Nobody is going to promote somebody who does not contribute. So that contribution is important. So look around and say, what is there missing?
What can I do? How can I be useful? How can I be useful?
The word is key. Usefulness. How can I be useful? So once we get there now, we have to be teachable. It could be that skill is not totally in our domain. Janet was saying that she has done,
so many things. So we can be many things, actually.
We can.
Many things.
We can. And it is important today in our world. It is important to look at, to learn interdisciplinary. to be able to fly differently.
Exactly.
For example, I have a PhD in business. That's all what I have studied in terms of the degree. Yeah. But I can take a certificate. I have actually a certificate in HRD, which is Human Resource Development. Mm-hmm. I had to take that in order to teach management. Yeah. I went and I got a certification in entrepreneurship because it was needed in order for me to be able. So you see, certifications, take it, learn it, teachability, and be able to do that. Exactly. And be flexible enough. Don't be anxious. Don't be too worried and too anxious because it's very, very important. And be ready to let go of the old skills.
Thank you so much. Before we end our presentation today, our show, I want us to talk about stay at home. Because both of you are women thriving in the workplace. There are women who choose deliberately and consciously to stay at home and take care of their children. Okay? Is there a place for such a woman? Janet, would you like to weigh in on that? Is there a place for that woman?
I think there's a place. But, okay, before I go there, I want to connect this with what we have nowadays. We have technology.
That's a good point.
If there is something that came out good out of the COVID situation,
technology. I agree with you.
It is technology. With technology, I can be a stay-home mother and work.
Somebody said work from home.
Yes.
When the babies
work
are
at
sleeping,
the same time.
Maybe they're playing.
And God has blessed women. We can multitask. I can be home, take care of the home, take care of the child, and be able to work because of the technology that is there nowadays.
It's such a blessing.
So it is really a blessing. So I don't have to just stay at home and do nothing if I have personal growth, personal development.
Personal development.
Yes, I can do that together as I'm staying at home.
That's important.
Even I think there are so many, we can be at home and thrive at the same time.
At home,
she talked about free courses online. As I shared my experience about going to school, I also had an opportunity to do a certification in lifestyle medicine, a certification in mental health, a certification on drug abuse, the End It Now. You are able to do all this online. There are free courses, they are certified, and you can
some at minimal cost.
Yeah, minimal cost. You can thrive at home as a home. So there is space for you to be at home and also to work. There are others, people who are, there is something we call women empowerment. So long as you are empowered, you have that sense of self-worth. Staying at home will not limit you. You have the right now to determine your choices. You have access to opportunities and resources. You are able to control your own, to make better decisions. I can be at home and still thrive.
Even much more than somebody who is at the workplace.
In the workplace. And nowadays, I like the idea of Kenya. We have a third. There is a policy that even in working in workplaces, in other African countries and all, even in Europe or America, whereby the people have a third has to be like women. In the workplace. Yes. So these are opportunities, for women to thrive, to work from home and, to contribute significantly. Women are blessed. They can contribute a lot.
They can multitask. Thank you so much, ladies. Our time is fast spent. I really like, Janet, that point you said about working from home. Like when I was coming for this show, I left home an hour earlier because I had a coaching session that I was going to do. So I decided if I do it at home, I'll be caught up in traffic. So I left home very early at 6 a.m. I was here by about 7 a.m. So I've done a coaching session in the car with technology. There's very good fast internet here. I've had a coaching session from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and I'm here. And when I finish here at 4 p.m., I'm going to do a coaching session, 1 or 2, then I drive home. So I'll be working from my car.
Yes.
So I want to tell women that you don't have to physically go to an office. You can be home, thrive at home as a stay-at-home mom, because again, that is a wonderful responsibility for you to be able to nurture your family. But again, you can be working from home. There are many things. You can do farming, you can bake, you can knit, you can do many things. Ladies, before we end our show today, I want you to say a word, to say something, to encourage a woman out there who is wondering, who is maybe feeling stagnated, maybe in their personal development, maybe in their career, or maybe it's a family member watching, a man, he has a wife, you know, and they're wondering, how can we support women in terms of having them grow in their career, in their personal development? What would you like to say, Marianne?
I want to say only one thing, and I want to mention that it is, my favorite author says also, we are not to merge our individuality with that of the husband.
Taken my words.
We are not to disappear as an individual. We have a God-given identity. And so my sisters out there, whether single or married, go for it. Look for opportunities. Start. With the grace of God, you can make it. We made it. We invite you to join us.
Great. Thank you. Janet, what would you like to say?
Thank you. I could like to say that God created no junk. You know, we are all created in the image of God. And God is wonderful. My sisters, you're wonderful. You can do this. And for those who are married, I could like to tell their spouses that family support is very, very important. Yes. You can support your lady in whichever small way that you think, and it matters a lot.
Thank you.
You can do it.
Thank you so much. And mine, I would like to just take it further from what Marianne said about the individuality of the wife, not to be merged with the individuality of the husband. And I'm to say that the book Adventist Home by Ellen G. White says, the woman is to carry her share of life's burdens. And she is to occupy that space that God designed for her, that nobody is fitted to take that space. So imagine, my sister, if you don't occupy that space and thrive, the space is going to be vacant.
Yes.
Do you want that space to be vacant? No. You want to rise up, take your position, shine, thrive, shine, soar, grow, all for the glory of God. Amen. Thank you so much for watching us today. See you next time.